welcome back to Natural Black Vegan, or welcome if you are new. My name is Angelica, and this is your space for all things natural hair, veganism, spirituality, lifestyle, fashion, wellness, fitness, black girl magic, and leveling up into our best selves. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, then please click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any new videos. And we'll get started into this video. So as you can tell by the title, today we are talking about period hacks. These are things that help me get through that time of the month and make it just easier and smoother. Before we start, I want to preface this by saying I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse or anything like that. I do, however, have my master's of science in health and wellness, and I've been studying women's health for years, if that means anything to you. But yeah, these are things that I found that just make my life easier over the years. So yeah. Let me start off also by saying that, all of our bodies are different and all of our cycles are different. All of our periods are different. So these things might work for you. They might not work for you. You may think I'm crazy for doing them, but whatever. And then the last little thing I want to say before I get started is that this video is for anybody with a period. Okay, so however you identify, this video is for you. If you have a period and you need these hacks, then baby, you're welcome here. So as far as me and my cycle, I've had like a lengthy time on birth control. I've been on birth control since I was 18, and I just got off of it last year when I was 28. So I've been on birth control for 10 years, and it was because my periods were very, very heavy. My periods would last for 9 days. I would have these horrible cramps to where I couldn't even like go to school. I couldn't leave the house. Like I was doubled over in pain, and it got to the point where I was losing so much blood that my doctor brought up like an iron transfusion because iron supplements were not even enough. So that's why I got on birth control, was to kind of stop my periods, to get my iron levels back. Like my skin was pale, I was tired, I was having like irregular heartbeats and all that stuff because I was losing so much blood, and I was missing days of school because I was in pain. So at that time, birth control seemed like the best option to me. I was on it for 10 years, and by the time I got off of birth control last year, I had a completely different lifestyle. I was grown, I was plant-based, I had lost some weight. And so I was like, let me see what this birth control is doing to my body. Like, obviously I've heard everything about how birth control isn't good for you and all the stuff that, like we see and we hear, especially as Black women, knowing the toll that birth control can take on our bodies. So I got off of birth control completely terrified because of the horrible experience that I had with my cycle from like age 12 to age 18 before I got on birth control. But these hacks and these tips helped me get it together. I mean, it also wasn't as bad because, like I said, I lost weight and I'm plant-based now, which I feel like helps me tremendously with my periods. But these other hacks also helped me get through this time of the month. The first thing was I read books about my menstrual cycle, and finding out that it's really 4 different parts. Like you have the menstrual phase, the ovulatory phase, the follicular phase, the luteal phase, like all these different phases of our cycle. I have a complete blog post on the different phases of the cycle and a bunch of the stuff that I'm talking about in this video. Pause this video right now and read that blog post before you even continue, because it tells you so much about the different phases of our cycle and how, we focus so much on the period part, or the ovulation part, but there are still 2 other parts of our cycle, and I break down what that means for our hormones, what our bodies are going through at that time, what foods and what movement are best when we're in each different phase. That blog post breaks down everything that I've read for all these years of learning about periods. So please read that blog post and come back and finish the video. So after doing all that research, I put together all these tips. And the first thing that I have, the first tip that helps me, and I can tell that it helps me because when I don't do it, my cycle is a hot mess. And that is following a cycle syncing diet. Now, a cycle syncing diet breaks down your hormones and what your body is going through at each phase, and you eat according to what your body needs. Now, I break all of that down in that blog post that I just mentioned. I even have like a list of plant-based foods for each phase. So like during your menstrual phase, it's best to focus on soup and whatever, and these beans and these type of nuts and seeds, and it's really like nuts and seeds focused as well. But I have the list focused, like broken down by every single cycle or every single phase in the cycle and what foods are recommended for that phase. So please go read that blog post. But following the cycle syncing diet keeps me on track. It's the way that I'm able to track my cycle. I can tell like when my period is coming, when I'm ovulating, when I'm in my luteal phase, because like tracking my food with my hormonal cycle helps everything work like clockwork. Like I can tell you to the day, like, oh, my cycle is ending tomorrow, my cycle is coming today, I'm ovulating between this day and this day, because I'm counting, because the foods that I eat, the things I put into my body are keeping my body on track and on pace. So following that cycle syncing diet to a T, following all the foods. Like I know, oh, during my menstrual phase, I need to have oatmeal with bananas and berries for breakfast. Like I followed that diet down, and it really keeps my cycle together. Like it keeps it working cyclically. And just a couple of things that I really want to highlight from cycle syncing diet is incorporating seeds. These are the seeds that I use. Obviously they're open, but this is a blend of organic super seeds with chia, flax, and hemp. It has 8 grams of fiber, 6 grams of protein, and 5 grams of omega-3s in 1 serving of these seeds. So incorporating seeds, as women, we really need to get those vitamins together. And then as far as nuts, I got my Brazil nuts. These have a lot of things that we miss, like magnesium, selenium, those kind of little vitamins that we don't think of all the time. Of course, I take what is that called? A multivitamin in addition to that. But like, as far as following the cycle syncing diet, I'm not getting into all the details here, but just know that diet really saved me. Like it keeps my periods all the way together. Now, the second thing that keeps me all the way together is this right here. If you like keep up with the Fit vlogs, you've seen me talk about this a million times, but it is these magnesium gummies. I can't speak on all magnesium gummies because these are the only ones I've tried, but these are the Garden of Life doctor formulated magnesium with pre and probiotic gummies. They're for stress, sleep, and recovery. I'm telling y'all, I take these gummies. I take 1 a day. You can take up to 4. The week leading up to my period, I take 2 a day. And then when I'm on my period, I take 4 a day. So I just feel like the magnesium, it keeps me together, and it's also pre and probiotic, so it's good for you know, that gut health that we need to. But when I'm having a headache or I'm having cramps, this is what I go to. Like before, when I would just like pop ibuprofen after ibuprofen after ibuprofen, like reaching far beyond 1,200 milligrams a day. This right here, this does that for you. If you feel a headache coming on because of hormones, if you're feeling cramping, magnesium, for me, this was the vitamin for me that got me all the way right. Like for real. Like when I wake up in the morning, I'm having cramps, I take magnesium. Throughout the morning, I just feel better. Like if you cannot sleep because you're having cramping, take magnesium before you go to bed. Like for me, magnesium is that girl. Like she's the one who made my periods just so smooth. Like now I can't even think about my life without having these magnesium gummies. I literally just buy them on Amazon. They ship Amazon Prime, and I always have some on deck. They also taste great. Of course, they're vegan gummies, so no gelatin here. I love these. I love them so, so, so much. So I swear by magnesium. I swear by this. If you don't take anything else from this video, the cycle syncing diet and magnesium, that's what you need to focus on. All right, so the next thing, as far as kind of like it's in the food category, is I talk about this on my Fit vlogs a lot too. Like a lot of this wellness stuff comes in the Fit vlog, but it's the EHP Labs Oxy-Greens mixed with inositol. I take these two together every single morning, not just when I'm on my period, but I take them together, and they help me with energy, with cramps. These also have probiotics, so keeping that gut health together. Because I don't know about y'all, but like when I'm literally on my cycle, like my gut health is all over the place, right? That's the time of the month where you're bloated, where you may not be regular, you might be having constipation, or on the opposite side, you might be having diarrhea. So kind of keeping with those Oxy-Greens, these keep you together. And then the inositol is good for hormonal balance, for cortisol levels. If you struggle with PCOS or anything like that, inositol is great for that. For me, I find that it keeps my periods regular. Getting off of birth control, my periods will come, you know, every 28 days, 25 days, 26, 19, like just randomly. Since I've been taking inositol, they've been coming every 24 days, like clockwork. So I mix these two with water and ice in the morning, and they're amazing. I do have a dedicated video either coming up or already went up on what Oxy-Greens really does for me. Like I've been taking it for months consistently, and what all it does. So if you are interested in that, then check out that video. Like I said, it's either coming soon or it's already up. But yeah, these two together I find really help with keeping my stomach together, keeping my bloating down, and making my periods regular. So love these two. All right, last item that's kind of related to food is, of course, water. Drink your water, especially during your period. I know for me, I'm the type of girl that I wake up and I immediately grab coffee. But now when I'm on my cycle, like when I'm actually menstruating, I do not drink any caffeine at all. I feel like caffeine makes my cramps worse. It makes my stomach hurt. It makes me bloated. It gives me headaches. So when I'm on my cycle, I avoid caffeine. Like that's a big hack and a big tip for me, is avoiding caffeine. And to replace that, I drink water. So I have this giant like water bottle, but y'all know I always have my water. And I drink like 2, 3, 4 of these a day. Like keeping that water, it just keeps our bodies running smoothly. You know, you're clearing things out when they need to come out. Like, we don't do detoxes and cleanses over here. We drink our water regularly. That's what we do, okay? Because that's all you need to do to keep your body running smoothly. So definitely during that time of the month, avoid the caffeine and bulk up on the water. That's my next tip. All right, next I want to talk about what like sanitary items I use when I'm on my period. I mentioned these before. Where is it? I mentioned these before, but I love the honey pot pads. I know they were under some controversy recently, but like, this is what I like to use. And these are the overnight herbal infused pads with wings. My flow is kind of heavy for most of the time, so I use these overnight pads all the time. But these are amazing because, like I said, they're herbal infused. So they have mint and lavender and aloe in them. So they feel so good. When you put them on, like immediately the cramping just stops and my abdomen feels so much better because of the mint and the lavender in these. They are also chlorine-free, pesticide-free, and fragrance-free, and they are plant-based. They're also created by a Black woman. And I love that on the back it says made by humans with vaginas for humans with vaginas. So I feel like it's all inclusive. And I love inclusivity and diversity in a brand. So I love these. I bulk up on these from Target. I just have them delivered because I don't go nowhere. But yeah, I love these. These are my favorite pads. I haven't had any negative side effects from using these. Also, because they're herbal infused, they help you smell fresh throughout the entire time that you're on your period. So, yeah, I don't really have leaks with these. I feel like they hold a lot, even though they're thinner than like the Always pads I used to wear in high school. Like, these are a lot thinner, but they do hold a lot. So again, another major hack for cramping. They're just, love these. In addition to those, EC here on YouTube, people also know her as African Beauty, put me onto these, and it is the Always Sleep underwear. Now, I know I just talked about how honey pot has the great ingredients and stuff, but like, I love to sleep in these, and also on some of my heavy days I wear these like out in public. Like, you cannot see them under dress pants or leggings or jeans or anything. I wear these like out in public and you cannot tell. But these are so comfortable. They're very loose on the body. They're super absorbing. Like, I've never had a leak with the Always like sleep what are they even called? The Always period underwear. I've never had any leaks with these. They're very comfortable. They're not thick like a diaper, but yeah, I like them because it kind of has a pad that goes all the way up the front and the back. So of course perfect for sleeping, but also perfect for heavy days. And I'm a teacher, so I'm always moving around. I'm on my feet, and like, I don't need a pad to be moving out of place. So this is perfect. I love these for my heavy days. And honestly, I've been reaching for these more than these lately, but I still love both. I don't know if these have like a fragrance, but I feel like they smell really good and they do absorb a lot. So they absorb a lot of blood, a lot of odor, or anything else you might have going on. But yeah, I really like these as well. I got a couple more like random things. So for cramps, I like this essential oils blend for muscle relief. I think I found this at like TJ Maxx or something. This is what it looks like. I know it's hard to see, but it's just an essential oils blend for muscle relief. And it has peppermint oil, wintergreen oil, clove, menthol, camphor, eucalyptus, and it's all diluted in coconut oil. So if you are sensitive to oils, especially like tea tree and peppermint and things like that, please don't use this, or please test it out first. But it is just a roller ball. And if I'm having cramps, I will just rub this kind of on like the mons pubis area. So, you know, you don't put this kind of stuff like inside your body, but just rub it on that area. I can smell it. It smells really good. And it also like helps with sore muscle relief. Also, if you have like a mentholated like Vicks stick or something like that, you could also use that, again, on the outside of the skin, not like in your actual area or things like that, not inside of your body, but it does work for where the cramping is, like muscle relief. The next kind of miscellaneous item that I have, EC on YouTube also put me onto this, and it is the Dr. Bronner's unscented soap. I use the liquid and the bar. It doesn't really matter to me. For the bar soaps though, I do have like a little holder that they go in, like an exfoliating holder for bar soaps. And then for the liquid soap, I use my African exfoliating net. And I like this soap because it's unscented. It's sensitive enough to use my area, but I feel like it gets clean. There's no odor when you use this scent. It's this scent or the soap is fragrance free, and I just feel like it cleans me the best. I know a lot of people have like mixed reviews on the Dr. Bronner soap, but for me personally, this unscented one works the best. I love it. I use it all over my body. And yeah, I just feel like it gets me really, really clean. All right, my last little hack or tip that I have is to honor your body. So in my blog post that tells everything about the cycle syncing diet, I also talk about syncing your cycle to your workouts. And one of the things that is important to remember during the menstrual phase is that your body is working hard. Your hormones are at different levels than they are at any other phase in our cycle. And so for me, I like to prioritize rest. So I say, like, if you work out, if you're a fit girly like me, I rest when my period is heavy or if I'm having cramps. So if I feel tired, like, I will rest my body. Like, honor your body with rest. Especially as Black women, I heard a quote that said, you are dishonoring your ancestors when you do not rest. Because at one point our ancestors wanted to rest and they could not. So if you can rest, honor your ancestors by taking that rest. Another thing that is useful during your menstrual phase, if you don't need to rest, stretch, do yoga, do Pilates, take a walk, like nice, like not those hardcore Pilates on the machines, not hardcore yoga where you're like, you know, doing inversions and things like that. But just like if resting isn't beneficial for you at that time, light, gentle movements that help your body feel good and help your body, you know, restore to its peace and its calm. That works during that menstrual phase. If you are wondering about workouts for those other phases, again, I'm gonna direct you to the description box to that blog post because I outline, you know, when it's the best to do strength workouts, when it's the best to do HIIT, hardcore cardio, you know, all that kind of stuff for each phase of your cycle. And I promise once you start tracking your cycle, you know, analyzing, writing down your symptoms at different days, you will notice and you can tell, like, okay, I'm in my menstrual phase today. I'm in my ovulatory phase. I'm in the follicular phase. You know, like, you can tell once you start noting and tracking your cycle. So then you can know, like, oh, I need to eat these foods because I'm at this phase, blah, blah, blah. You know, you get it? So just paying attention to your body, honoring your body. That's pretty much what most of this is all about anyway. All right, so that concludes this video. I hope you found it beneficial because I wish that this video was out, you know, when I was a teenager trying to deal with my 9-day cycles that were driving me nuts. But please let me know, leave a comment or give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful and beneficial for you. Again, I gotta plug the blog one more time, naturalblackvegan.com. Check it out for that blog post. I'm telling y'all, that blog post is the GOAT. Like, it has all the period information about the food, the workouts, the hormones. Like, if you don't know where your hormone levels are at each part of your cycle, baby, look it up. Go on that blog post because I outline every single thing for you. And it's coming from years of research and lots of books read. So you don't have to spend your time reading those books. You don't have to spend your money reading the books. I got it summarized for you all right there. Again, subscribe, thumbs up, comment, share, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.